Hi guys, welcome back to Designs. This is part two. We're working on the palette color guide for the hydrus. So last week I put the hydrus into this child's or pound shop palette, and I did try to use the paints, but they're very poor quality. They were a bit frustrating, but you can use them. They did some quite good. Oh, hi Marilyn, welcome back to Bunny's Designs part 2. So they were okay, but the palettes are brilliant because there's quite a few colors here, little wells that I've dropped in some liquid hydrus, and part one is how to fold a piece of paper into the squares to match the circles, which is boring in itself. So we've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So the idea is I put that there and look at the colors, and they'll correspond to the colors here until I get used to it. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is I've got some water. I've got a face wipe that I've used, but it's clean. Obviously, if I've caked it with foundation, I don't do that. But a little bit of mascara doesn't normally do very much. There's hardly any on there. And then on a morning, I use one. So I kind of keep them in the other pot. So we've got that. I need to trap because I'm going to be, when you pull it back, it'll move. So that's what I do in the brush. Drag it and twist it gently so you get your point. So I've got a damp brush here, and I'm just going to start this way, I think. So again, count and measure twice, and then you only have to do it once. So you've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 across, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 across. So pop that there, and all I'm going to do is get a damp brush and just touch a little bit. Now I've not done this before, so I don't know how well it's going to work. This is quite cheap paper, but I do have a bit of a grade there. Not too wet, so I'm quite happy with that. Again, about the size of a pinhead. You could probably do with a bit bigger brush, but it's fine. Size of a pinhead. Now, if you wanted to leave room, you could label how you made it, but because I can't remember from last week how many drops of yellow and orange and things I used, so again, a good pick up so you can see just how vibrant these are. So even though I'm just using a pinprick, they're going to be brilliant for color for using. Oh, hi, welcome back, Pamela. Right, so when 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, this is number 6. Again, some have dried thicker than others. I just want a rough guide. I'm not really into a terrible one. It mainly is for the darker colors. So we'll move that across, and then we'll start with a brush. So remember, we've got at least 10 shades here. So each pot of color or well of color is going to give us 10 shades. And what did I say? We had 7 sevens are 49, 50. We've got 56 colors, but technically we've got 56 shades. So we've got 560 shades. So that's not bad from a pound shop, and all you're doing is using the liquid hydrus you've already got. I'm going to concentrate a bit so we can see vibrant colors to pale colors, and then again you see it's not really even a pinhead. to try and get the same amount. I don't think I did that very well with that one. And that was too much. So I'm just going to go back to this one and just see if we can get a little bit of a, that's the color, you see. So they're all slightly different. So now we're on number 3. That was one, I think it's like a cadmium red. And this one is like a vermilion. And then that's a nice orange. So just have a bit of a slide across. Otherwise I'll get confused because it doesn't take much. So thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for coming back. It's the Tinternet. It's the Tinternet. We may have come up with a solution. There's a new company called Quicklime, and they've just put a mast on top of Selby Abbey. So the cafe in the Abbey is now a wireless, an internet cafe. Although I'm not sure we should tell everybody that. 1, 2, 3, 4. But because of this mast, it means anybody within a 10-mile radius can join them and get a wireless internet connection. So we know that the phone wire into the house is very bad, and this is designed for rural areas. So I don't know if you have this in the US or Australia or any countryside areas, but we're a bit in the outback here. So we're hoping to get a satellite dish. Sorry, beg your pardon, it's not satellite. There is a way to do it satellite. 1, 2, 3. Oops, I missed a line of blues. So actually I did quite well with those. So we've got yellows to tangerines, orange to reds to pinks, pinks to purples. So we've got quite a nice array of colours there, I think. I didn't do so bad from my original 16. I have to show you this cat outside. He's amazing. 1, 2, 3. He's sitting on the conservatory roof. And I think that's why Jessie was jumping on the inside of the roof. And they kind of sat next to each other with the glass between. Because Jessie has always been brought up inside, the little kitten, the cat that we rescued. So she can't go out because she has no concept of roads. And because we live on a main road, we can't really adopt any cats that that go outside, because they're not going to go down the field and the half-acre field behind. They're going to go the other way onto the road. Oh, and the elf master is downstairs alone. That's number. Now these are very similar. They're all quite similar. So I made a boo-boo, but never mind. I'll show you something that I do in one of the other colour books to compensate for that. So that's fine. They are slightly different. It's just I haven't quite got, like, I didn't get a good, you see, they are slightly different when you start them. I just made a bit of a boo-boo, so I just put a bit of a line of the true colour. It was difficult to see colour mixing on here. And I seem to... Oh, yes, because I was working down, so we should be getting greener. I'll just have a touch more of this one up here. I think this is the true phthalo green, that one. So that's maybe a little bit better. Oh, hi, Melody. Welcome to Bunny's Designs. So we've got 4, and then we've got another 4. So we'll just prop that up. Oh, let's see if we can. Yeah, I do need to prop it up, guys. Sorry. Right. So the next one are the greens. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On our 5th line. Clean brush. And look how much I've wasted. Hardly anything. Because I'm going from dark to light. And then when it gets to here, all the pigment that's on the brush is on here. And that's what I love about this technique. This watercoloring is brilliant for all reasons. One is you're not hurting your hands. Other one is it's very clean. The other thing is you're not wasting any pigment, because I hate wasting pigment. The one thing you do need, though, is you have to have a damp brush and go straight in without jabbering too much. So I've now got onto the greens. I say about the size, and this is quite a lot, this. If you look at the size, of square we're doing compared to what we normally do, I'm just going to pick a bit more up, that one, just so I've got a dark. I need a dark there. And then the same with this one. I'm not getting the exact same amount of water on the brush. I've got some beautiful pale pastel tones here. And again, I'm a bit of a tight Yorkshire lass, but the hydrus are very, very strong. And it's not very often I use them full strength anyway. I normally use them in this manner. Again, some probably will be lighter than others because of their pigment, because they're light to start with. And then last is this one on there. Now, if you did the drop by drop ratio, exact chemical or the composition of each color, and wrote it down, so like there would be 2 drops of yellow, 1 drop of blue, half a drop of blue, 6 drops of yellow, you could re-drop them in and reconstitute them, but these are going to last me quite a while. So so the next one are the kind of fawn and straw colors. Now this one seems to have dried and doesn't want to be reconstituted. I don't know why. It's completely dried and doesn't like anything. I made some olive color